The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown.
Do you ever feel like you're being watched?
Do you believe in cryptids?
Have you ever seen one?
Supernatural or cryptid? What is it? On a random phone. Oh my God. Have you ever had an experience with something unidentifiable? Are you afraid to tell your story?
Don't be. So we're here to listen.
We are the Southern Appalachia Sasquatch Seekers.
Hey, everybody. You want to go first, Donna?
No, go ahead. I just want to tell everybody hi and thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all enjoy the show. And
Y'all,
welcome to Jessica and Crystalline.
yes. Crystalline wasn't feeling good last week, so she didn't get to come. So we wanted to do a second show because we didn't get through everything anyway. Everybody's always nervous a little bit when they get on. It's hard to remember everything. We told them to make notes, so I know they got more. Like I said, when we went out to eat with them, we were at the restaurant 5 hours, so we had plenty to say. But we'll say hi to some people. Gary.
Hey, Gary. Chad.
Misty.
Denise.
And just an FYI, we were just talking about people saying they weren't getting our notifications. Well, ours just now popped up while the intro was on. Mine did just come on. So apparently it's not coming on in time like it should be. So that might be the problem why people are like getting on.
Skitter Operator. Wild Bill.
Hey, Billy. Blackie. I'm trying not to miss anybody.
If we do, we apologize.
Yeah, we're old.
Speak for yourself.
I ain't never getting old. I don't know about you. Let's
Me
see.
neither.
That's right. Bobby.
Yeah.
Leonard.
Hey. Nice to see y'all.
Yes. And maybe Lenny. Gary calls somebody Lenny. That may be. He might go by Lenny. We just don't miss him. We try to get the people around here first when we get started. Those of you who were here last week. I don't know why I get stuck doing all this. Y'all were here. Those of you who were here last week. We had Jessica and her other daughter, and Crystalline was sick. Or she said she was sick. We don't know if she's sick or she's ill.
Definitely sick.
We're kidding. But we're glad to have her tonight to because I know they got more stories. Like I said, they told us a lot of stuff, and I hope they made notes and everything. And we're just going to kind of pick up where. I'm not going to go through all of my routine. If you watch the other show and you'll understand why we're doing this. It's like a part of a series that Donna and I are working on, all the things that I encountered like growing up and everything. And this is the first part. So that's why we're doing these shows. And these people live in the house is that what you're going to say?
No, go ahead.
these people live in the house where my stuff began. And I haven't been in the house, but how long ago lived there now?
15 years.
15 years. And I will tell you this: I went up there just to see if anybody answered the door. I walked up and knocked on the door, and when Jessica came out, I just barely started talking about what, and she started grinning, and I said, "You've had things happen too?" And she said, "Yes." And so it's an ongoing thing. That's what this video is about. Now we'll get back to Bigfoot. You know, that's my thing too. But like we talked last week, all this stuff, guys, I think is all linked together. It's not, it's an individual thing. So when you get to have different things happen that are strange, you notice, you know, you're like, yeah, all of this is linked, because I mean, it's all otherworldly. I guess that might be a word for it. I'm not sure.
It definitely opens your mind to other options or things that could happen.
Exactly. Okay.
I just want to remind everybody, Sherry, that if you do have a question, please make sure you put it all in caps. So maybe I'll see it with these old eyes of mine.
I'm gonna pull my chat down to the bottom again so I can see. Okay, I think we're good. Who wants to go first? You got something you forgot last week, or you want to break the ice, or
Sure,
Crystal?
I'll go first.
Okay, it's not so bad, Crystal. Once you get started.
So one of the things that I had forgotten about and wanted to bring up was my mom came to visit, and she had come for my nephew's graduation. He was in basic training in South Carolina, so I was kind of a stop in between because she still lives in Michigan. And she had my nephew's girlfriend at the time and my sister-in-law with her. And I was telling them about some of the things that were happening in the house, and that we had thought that the house was haunted and what the neighbor had told us. And they started to like antagonize whatever could be there. And all of a sudden, from the bathroom in the front room, because we were all in the front room, there's a bathroom like in the bedroom that's on the side of the front room. We heard what sounded like a smack. I'm thinking it was the cupboard door in the bathroom, like it had opened it and smacked it, and they all heard that. And then I called my mom after she had left and went back home, and she told me that it went home with her, that it had followed her home, and it was slamming and opening her cupboards at the house and slamming them there.
Oh, did your activity slow down during that time?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
Mm-mm.
I just wonder if it was the same thing or something else attached and went back with her.
Whenever like they first came to the house and stuff, I automatically did not like her for some reason.
Like who, honey?
His fiance at the time, our cousin's fiance.
Okay.
I did not like her, like automatically as soon as she walked into the house. And she, like, we were walking up from getting off the bus up the hill up to get up to the house. And, she kind of like walked up to me and my sister, and she was like, "Are you guys like messing with us?" and stuff like that. And I was like, "I've been at school all day. What do you mean?" I was like, "You're the one that antagonized it." So.
Now, this is the people that live next door to you?
No, this is my nephew's girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently it showed itself to her.
Did she say what it looked like?
No, she wouldn't come back into the house. They went and got a tent, and they stayed out in the front yard.
Yeah.
When they were in the tent? It's when...
No. She would not come back in the house after that.
Okay, I got you.
Because apparently...
But yeah.
Well, we were gone at school and stuff like that, and we were outside of the house. And my mom, I think you were at work, and Dad was out doing lawn work or something like that. And I guess she like started to like kind of pick at it while she was alone, and I guess it worked it up enough to scare the living daylights out of her. So.
Well, I mean, why would anybody go buy a tent if something hadn't scared them pretty bad, you know?
Mhm.
and sleep outside. Okay. Guys, this is your show. Just if whatever you want to tell us about, go ahead and just jump in there.
Crystalline, go ahead and tell them about your first experience.
My very first experience was hearing voices like from different areas and thinking somebody said my name and asking my mom like, "Are you calling for me?" And she was like, "No."
How old were you?
I think I was 8 or 9, maybe 10.
Okay. Also, that later on, like I want to say about maybe 5 or 6 years later, I was at work and I got to see the lady that I purchased the house from.
Uh-huh.
And I said, "Hey, Connie." And she just kind of looked at me and I said, "I'm the woman who bought the house from you." And she's like, "You still live there?" And I was like, "Yeah." And at the time, it didn't occur to me. I didn't think anything of it. But then now, thinking back on it, I'm just like, why would she say it like that? Why would she, And her eyes got real big. "You still live there?" Like, why wouldn't I live there? Why would I buy the house and just,
How long did they stay? I mean, how long did they live there?
I'm not sure.
That'd be a good person, how to get in touch with or anything.
When she sold me the house, she told me that her mom had come down sick and that she was taking care of her mom. She had 2 daughters as well. And she moved out of the house to go take care of her mom. She probably did feel guilty. And she rented the house out. And I know those people didn't stay there long, but the neighbors told me that they got the cops called on them and stuff, and they got kicked out of there. And then she put the house up for sale. And then, so she went to go live with her mom and take care of her mom.
Oh, okay. But who got the cops called on them?
The people that were renting from her.
The ones that were renting from her. Well,
he said something about like bankers and people coming and going all the time.
That's odd. I mean, if they were just renting, maybe they owed other people money. I'm sorry. I was just brain going, trying to figure things out. I just couldn't figure that one out. Come on, Crystalline.
Tell me about your experiences with the thing on the side of the bed.
I once had a ex-boyfriend, and he was next to me, and me and him were talking, and we were about to go to bed, and I looked past him for some reason because I heard like a noise, like almost like a scratching sound, and I could see like something forming almost like a black figure beside the bed. And I may have kicked him off of the bed.
You may have.
I did. I definitely did. Because it scared me. It was like, go turn on the light.
Skitter ask, do they wake people up much? Sleep.
It doesn't bother me in my sleep. Bothers my husband.
Okay.
What about you, Crystal?
I've only ever felt like somebody maybe tap me on the shoulder and try to get my attention, but I could barely understand what they're saying, and I'm like, no, go away.
Well, that's what your sister said something about last time, about she couldn't understand what they said sometimes. She heard the talking, but she couldn't understand it.
Yeah.
Tell them about the thing on the wall that you saw like Sherry did.
Well, I was again in my room, and I was completely asleep, and for some reason I heard a woman's voice say, "Hey, you need to get up, get up." And for a minute I thought that it was my mom coming in my room, and I was I lifted my head and looked around, and at the time period I was sleeping at the end of the bed instead of my head at the top of the bed. And well, if I'm remembering correctly, I heard like noises coming from like a certain area of the room, and it got my attention. And looked, and there's kind of like a face almost like over me, and it kind of looked like what you saw.
The jester thing.
Yeah, and it smiled at me, and as soon as like I well, it put its hand behind this shelf that I had leaning up against the wall, and it was like one of those wood boards, and I could hear it chuckle at me, and then she was like, you need to, like, I heard the voice again say, you need to move now. He's going to try to hurt you.
So it was two things.
Yeah. And it put his hand up behind it, and it pushed that board, and it smacked where like my head was laying, but I like rolled out of the way and fell into the floor before it could hit me.
And that was, how old were you then?
I was about maybe 18, 19.
Oh, okay. So it was more recent.
Yeah. I'm 25 now, so.
Now y'all have family and stuff come and stay and friends, and have they, I know some, you talked about a little bit, somebody talked a little bit about that last week. What about your friends? Do you have had friends that come and have things happen to them like, I'm not coming back?
No, it never got to that point. People have, we had a friend named McKinley at one point, and she said that, well, she kind of made fun of it a little bit too, and it followed her home. And it was like apparently messing with her feet and stuff. And she was like, she came to school the next day, and she was like, did you guys like come to my house and mess with me? She looked like she was like about to cry.
She's also, didn't she say she said she saw it in the hallway at her house?
Her grandmother.
Her grandmother saw it?
Yeah, her grandmother saw what looked like a woman walking in a very, very long white dress, walking down her hallway.
Yeah, Missy, get on here. If I send you the link when you get on, because Crystalline's real nervous, and I'd really like it if you'd get on for a while. Let me know if you want to send the link, and we'll talk about some of that. Just give me just a second.
I have a quick question too. Have they ever I don't know really how to say this, portrayed your mom's voice yelling it for you, or your sister, or your voice towards your mom?
Yeah.
So they can imitate your voices.
Yeah. I've heard it a lot, and sometimes if I'm not sure if it's really my mom, I'm just like, I'm not going to answer until she calls for me again.
Okay.
Not today. I'm cooking. Okay, you can come on later. We'll forgive you. She's cooking, and she just woke up from a nap, so she's probably not got her hair fixed and everything. You know how we women are.
Yeah.
But what she was talking about, I can tell you. I hate to tell stories about me, but maybe it'll relax Kristen a little bit. But after my grandparents died, or our grandparents died, and lived next door to us, I moved in over there at that house. Or actually, I moved in while my mama was still alive, and then after she passed, I still lived there. That's when Jim and I started seeing each other, and I've actually got a picture of it drawn in there, but I don't have it in here. I'm going to post. I think I'll start posting those to the site where y'all can look at them on the Facebook page. I was sound asleep, and I told this on another show, but you know how some of us are it doesn't matter. Somebody's way over yonder, across the room, and they start looking at you that you're being looking at, and you automatically turn and look at them. Mm-hmm. Everybody doesn't do that apparently, but I'm one of the people that do that too. And I was dead asleep, And all of a sudden, I woke up just like that, and I looked down at the foot of the bed, and there was this big white bone like a bone head. It was that white, but it was huge. It was every bit like, probably close to 12 inches across. And I saw it rising up the side of the bed, and it got up right about to the point where I was going to see its eyes. I was going to see its eyes, and I just passed out. I didn't go to sleep. I passed out. And I didn't know it until just recently. I think it was last year. Misty was, she heard me, she had seen the same thing in the same room.
Because her mom bought the house after you moved out.
Yeah, after I moved out, they bought the house for my mom and her sister, and they moved in there, and she had seen the same thing, and she didn't even know about. I don't know that, Skitter. I don't know about dreams or not. No, there are a lot of us who have very vivid dreams. Most of the females. I've never in my life. I guess I dream less now than I ever did. And but for most of my life, every night I had nightmares, and I think Misty does the same thing, and I don't know who all else does, but it's you don't get much rest at night. I'll tell you that much, because you're fighting something all night long. You do it too, Donna?
Yeah,
I don't know if you did it as much as we do or not.
My husband
yeah.
experiences a lot of stuff in his dreams, and at night when he's sleeping, he says that something's bothering him.
The strange thing, the thing is, you're not dreaming. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I've like I said, I've dreamed all my life, and I could tell it's a dream. These type of things that happen in the night, they are not dreams. They are just so real,
vivid.
Yes.
Now, see, I haven't had any experiences like that. No, my grandparents, my dad, my grandfather, and my grandmother have all come to see me in my dreams, and then like just recently, like I want to say like last week or so, my grandmother came to visit me, and I realized I was dreaming, and I was like, oh no, it's time now. I'm gonna have to go because I know I'm dreaming, and I started crying. And I woke up. Yeah.
Okay. Woke up.
Crystal says that she's had the same things.
Yeah, that the woman in white that my friend I was friends with in school. Actually, I've seen the same lady that her grandmother had seen walking down the hallway. I've seen her.
Do y'all know what your bloodline is?
No.
Don't know.
Mm-mm.
I didn't realize that we have Indian and German and Irish, but I didn't know that people with German bloodline apparently have a lot. On my mom's side, we got it from there some, and I didn't know that people with German bloodline had a lot of this go on. You might want to do a DNA test on one of you.
My mom says that she's Jewish, that she comes from the Jewish side, but my grandfather married an Indian. My mom looks like she could be Indian. She also looks like she could be Jewish, but she looks Indian. She's got really dark complexion. You wouldn't think I was her kid if you saw her. And then my husband's side, he doesn't know for sure what he is, but his grandfather kept telling him that he's French Canadian Indian.
So now we all know the Indian side has a lot of spiritual stuff, like dreams and things, Jewish dreams and everything like that. And I'm thinking that's probably where ours comes from. But look it up, like the German side of this stuff, because I haven't got to look it up as good as I want to yet. But I was kind of shocked. I really didn't realize that until I'd started hearing it lately. And
Skitter operator asked, any strange dreams that keep repeating?
Yeah, my husband has those.
Okay.
I did as a child, but I don't have the repeating ones now.
A lot of my dreams were when I was younger, after Misty was born. I had excessive dreams of fighting something for her. It was all, I don't know what it was. I don't know why, but it always seemed like I was always having to try to fight and keep something evil away from her. Wow. And I would wake up, just wore out. And that was before my girls came along.
that's my recurring dream too. There was a kid involved, but I would wake up and my arms down through here be scratched all to pieces.
Yeah.
And I was doing, I was like, I was fighting something, but I don't remember what it was. It's been too long, but I was fighting all night long, and then I'd wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, did we tell about the astral projection thing?
No.
Since she brought that up, she needs to get her butt on here. She's got time to get that.
She's not going to get on here. She's not coming back.
me and Carla, our other sister, had went to Disney World to take Caitlin, who was is Missy's sister, like younger than her, and Layla and Morgan, who are Missy's two daughters. And which may get confused on his, but everybody was there. Okay, everybody's sound asleep, and I hear something. And okay, the bathroom door on the, if you ever been in hotel rooms where they have those real heavy doors they're real heavy, and this one was shut, and it would leave just enough room for your toes to get under it. And something woke me up, and I woke up and I looked over, and Layla, who was just like, I think she was like four, maybe 5. I saw her get up and go into the bathroom, and I started yelling at her. I said, Layla, don't go, that door could hit your toes. Well, everybody, when I started yelling her not to go before I could get up and get to her, everybody else woke up. Everybody else woke up and was yelling at her too. Well, I go in the bathroom. She's not in there. And I go look in they slept in her and her sister slept in a playpen like in there with a pad in it. She was laying there asleep. Now, every one of us saw Layla get up and run into the bathroom. Now, and there's been other instances where Missy said that they noticed her they've seen her do that before too.
Yeah, Misty said she was sleeping with her and JR one night, and she woke up.
Yep.
And saw her do it.
So there's something in. It's got to be something in the. We might be on a while. You can get off if you get the chance. We'd like you to, because it's easier when you're talking, and I can tell Crystal's nervous. Come on, girl, you can do this. Come on.
I got you.
I'm trying to.
She's more quiet.
Tell them about your dream.
Keep coaxing, Mom. Keep coaxing.
Which one?
Well, all of them.
The one where your hand wasn't wet.
Did Emily mention that?
She did.
But you can tell us.
My dream, I was kind of like, for some reason, standing in the house's bathroom, and there was apparently a man, and he was kind of like sitting on the side of the tub, and like the tub was running, and I don't recognize this man at all. And like he put his hand in the water, and then he had like water in his hand, and he's like talking to me in like some other type of language. I don't know. And I was understanding it, but like I can't remember exactly what he said now. And he told me to touch the water though. And whenever I touched the water, my hand didn't feel wet at all.
Okay.
And then my sister woke me up, and I was pretty upset.
Oh, you didn't get to finish. How many entities would you say you've seen? Different ones, or what you thought were different ones?
I have probably seen in the house probably 6 different entities.
What about you? You know how many?
I haven't full on seen. I've just seen like shadows. And heard things more or less. I don't. It's never appeared to me.
My father was actually playing with a spirit box. I don't know if my sister mentioned this or not. And he was in the kitchen, and he was making me and my sister hot cocoa. He asked it, "What am I making?" And it said Jack, as in Jack Daniels. the man who had died in our house apparently was a very, very heavy alcoholic.
Hmm.
And that's who we think that we were kind of talking to. And then all of a sudden, like, it started kind of going haywire, and then it goes girl message hallway, and I was like, nope, turn that off, because that is not a girl.
Skitter wants to know, do they bother you when you're away from home?
Good,
No.
good question, Skitter. You never had anything like when you go to friends' houses or anything?
No, it never really followed us anywhere.
Bobby said that she had German on her mom's side. Bobby, have you had things like this happen with you or anybody in your family? Let's see what your answers here. I don't want to miss it.
Now, I don't know if I mentioned it last time, but the man who died in our house died from drinking rubbing alcohol.
No, you had told us, I think, at the restaurant, but I don't think you mentioned it last
he,
week.
Was such a heavy drinker, and he couldn't afford it, and he drank rubbing alcohol, and it killed him.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Do you? Okay, now was that the one right before you all moved in, or was it in the past? Or
It's in the past.
do you think he might be part of? I don't know. See, my faith limits me on a lot of things that people believe. I'm not saying that other people are wrong, but I just my Christian faith is hard for me to. But I know I've seen all this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't believe that person themselves can come back and do these things. I think.
It's the evilness that's attached to them.
Yeah,
That's what I think, like a demonic.
That's about all I can get with it because I just something it's hard for me
I
to
understand what you're saying. Like it can portray itself as
yes,
as them,
but it's that's what I feel.
or something else.
Was it the one who was raping the woman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he definitely had demons.
That's what I'm saying. I think if you have bad things that you do and stuff, personally, it's what I think. I think there's like a demonic attachment to you. And I think whenever you pass or something, you may leave that there. I don't know. That's just my thought. I mean, that's like my youngest granddaughter. She has a birthmark on her side. And from the time she was able to talk, she'd tell me that I shot her in a different life. Nobody told her to say that. She just said that. And I said, well, was Grammy really mean then? And she said, yes, you were real mean, Grammy. And she could remember just plain as day. And I mean, she was just, little, just really learning how to put a sentence together. And she said, you bad, Grammy. And I was like, that don't sound like me. But I mean, that could have been something, if there is such thing as another life, that was attached.
I had a friend growing up who had a birthmark on her shoulder, and it looked like she'd been shot with like a buckshot because it was like a bunch of little freckles like spread out across her shoulder.
Like scar type or dark, just dark.
Like dark
okay.
like dark freckles, but it was spread out across her.
Yeah. That's odd in one spot.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not following them, but staying at the house, it sounds like it's attached to the house. Bad negative energy left over. That's a possibility.
Well,
but they've also had it whenever they lived other places too. Not the same thing.
Right.
Yeah. We've had situations in multiple places, so we kind of have lived in places.
Well, tell us about some of those because it's the same subject matter. It doesn't have to be. The only reason we just kind of brought that up is just because that I lived
That's true, Misty. That's a possibility. Hadn't thought of it that way, but that's a possibility.
We had whenever we lived inside of the apartments that are over in Morristown, we had a girl and she kind of invited herself to like a sleepover thing. we had invited one girl. I was only allowed to invite one person. And well, she said that she saw something there she said that it looked not human. She said that it wasn't, and that it was kind of like leaning over, like the way that the apartment itself was like set up was downstairs was the living room, and then the kitchen, and then like right across from the kitchen was the staircase that went up to the bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that it kind of looked almost like a demonic face that was like kind of peeking out from around that, and then like just like this, and then like you can see like this half, and it was just staring at her because I guess it didn't like her very much. And my sister didn't like her either.
I'm trying to read the
Okay, Misty says yes, but Sherry and I experienced stuff in other houses. It's the people, not just the places. These things are attached to or drawn more to certain people.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
lots to do with our auras and what we're acceptable to, what we're willing to open up ourselves to. And some people are just off, they don't experience anything.
Yeah.
In that same apartment we lived in, we had moved into that. We lived into another apartment, but we lived in the same complex. We moved into another apartment. We wanted to move into the second apartment because it was on ground level, where the one we lived in before that wasn't, and we had dogs, and we wanted to be able to access the outside better. But in the first apartment we lived in, we had people that lived upstairs that had moved here from Hawaii, and they had a young daughter who stayed behind when they first moved here, but she came after a little while. And then after a little while of her being here, her boyfriend came. Well, they had struggled with trying to find a job to try to get on their own feet, and the mother wasn't having it. Like, she was upset because he wasn't getting a job. She had gotten a job. And I told them they could come stay with us. And then we transferred over to the other apartment, and we could hear upstairs sounded like kids jumping up and down on the bed. We also one night, at that time I worked third shift, and I fell asleep on the couch, and they were in the kitchen making cookies, and they said that they could hear a little kid say "Mama, Mama," and then they could hear the mom say, "Stop it, leave her alone." And
that would be hard to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Christmas gifts too. Do you remember that?
Mm-mm. I remember that there was something going on with the Christmas tree. I just don't remember what.
My father had told us that it was Christmas night, like Christmas Eve, and it was like the night, and well, he said that I think you and Dad were asleep downstairs at that time period. You both had fallen asleep on the couch. He said that he had woken up because he heard like rustling near the tree, and a woman's voice saying, "Those aren't for you, leave them alone."
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
with orbs.
Yeah.
Send it to my email if they do it.
He said that he was like, what? When he woke up and like kind of like looked over towards the tree, and that's what he heard.
Yeah, hang on a second.
She's got a picture she's gonna send me to put up. It's some orbs. Is that in the house you live in that now?
No, that was
The other
the
one?
apartment
Okay,
where we heard the
apartment.
kid.
Okay.
Oh, y'all have
During
some
that
orb?
time, you got the picture. Oh, she's got an orb that
Okay.
that she captured during that time, during that happening. She's gonna send it to my email. We'll go back at. Let me get my email here. Y'all go ahead, Crystal, and tell something so I can get my email here.
If I'm remembering correctly, Beth and Clarissa, we actually met her at school, but she lived in the same apartment complex during that time period. And she said that she would see like things in our apartment and her apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So we think that whatever was there at those apartments would kind of travel between apartments and stuff like
Right.
that. We had a lady when we were younger after we moved away from a certain apartment, and my grandmother didn't realize that she put the wrong address on a package that she had sent us.
Mm-hmm.
And that lady had taken it and basically threw away all the gifts and ate the candy.
Oh, wow.
And I guess the guy that was there like told her like don't do that because he had a really, really bad feeling, and something I guess picked her up and kind of like put her against the wall
Oh, wow.
and like apparently started like yelling at her and like calling her a pig and stuff like that.
So something was upset with her.
Yeah.
It's a picture. She sent me a picture, but it's not come through yet. It's a good picture, and especially with being captured at the time that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Same time.
Well, of course, about every place, has history to it. At some point or another, something's happened somewhere in all of the land and stuff.
Mm-hmm. That same couple that was staying with us, our apartments had set up a haunted house thing, and it could have just been that, it could have been fresh in her mind, and she went through it and it scared her a little bit, and then she came home and she was telling us about it, and then she went to run up the stairs and she came running right back down the stairs, and she said that there was something because it was a half wall at the top of the stairs, and it was leaning over staring at her just like the other little girl had said.
Do you know about how old that house is? When it was
Now,
the one you live in now?
I need to look back at the history.
It has to be
I think it was built in
50s.
1959.
That would be about right, because we lived in it in 65.
So it would be about 67 years old,
Yeah.
70.
Okay. Y'all are asking some good questions. Thank y'all for helping us.
I don't know what picture is
Yes,
like.
sir.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, guys. I've got to get this picture loaded here before I can.
Remember everything.
That's the problem we were having last time. I did ask my husband if he wanted me to say anything or mention anything and what he remembered. And the only thing he could say was that he saw like an apparition of the man as well in the dining room while I was in the kitchen one day. And then he started talking about what the kids have experienced, because I believe that whatever it is that's haunting the house, it's more drawn to the kids, and it messes with them more than it does us.
It seems like it does.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good attitude to have, Mickey. That's the name you go by, because if you're used to it, it's not so bad. But sometimes it's really bad, and it's hard to deal with. And a lot of times you won't talk to people about the things that are going on, or you don't have anybody that you feel like you can talk to, and it makes it real difficult. I mean, it's not like people want to. Now, I'm sure there's some people want to get on here and make up all this stuff just to be on, but nobody, I can guarantee you, sitting here is that kind of person.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very traumatic, but you just toughen up and you learn to live with it, or honestly, you just go crazy. And I've seen both sides of it. Here's the picture of it.
I see it right there. Lovely.
Now, tell that story again about the.
That was the apartment that we lived in where we heard the kid and the mom talking. We also found like toys and stuff shoved into the vent in the closet. And I don't know if maybe it was attached to that or whatever it could have been, but
But this was during the when you heard that noise, heard it,
Mhm.
you took the picture.
I'm sleeping on the couch. You can't tell, but I'm sleeping there.
But you can see that the orb right there. It's a pretty good size orb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
it
see the
is.
head there, and that's pretty big.
Sherry, do you remember that?
She'd like to see, I'd like to see the photo of the woman who lived there. Lived where, Misty?
At the house.
At this house we're talking about? Because she was never up there, I didn't think. Not
I have a
there.
quick question too. Is there any one of y'all that have had like sleepwalking episodes or anything?
My sister.
Yeah.
Okay, and she's the youngest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've had sleepwalking episodes too. I've walked out of my house into the house they're talking about, my grandparents' house,
Yeah, I remember you.
which is across the yard.
Yeah, I remember you saying that when we were at dinner.
And I mean, Dad and them said that I sleepwalked a lot, but that was the first time that I ever went out of the house.
I mean, I've only had like maybe one time that I've ever sleptwalked, and I was having a dream of that lady in white. And the thing is like I woke up because I had fallen asleep at my vanity because I was doing homework near it, and I heard my bedroom door open, looked over, and there's like the door was like peeked open like this, and I could see like a woman like shrouded completely in white just staring at me through the door. But as soon as like I grabbed something like that was pretty heavy, and I was like, "Who are you?" And like, "Why are you in my house?"
Oh yeah.
And like I walked out and went to go after her in the dream, and like the back door, I watched it swing open by itself, and I went to go to walk up to the back door, and then like I got a really, really bad feeling of no, don't go out there. And then as soon as like I put my hand on the door, I woke up and I was standing at the back door, and the back door was completely open. And all of the dogs were like basically like standing behind me. And these dogs at the time period, we did not have our yard fenced in, so if they saw the door open, they were gonna run.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, they were gonna run. They were gonna go as far as they possibly can before we caught them. And they were just standing there, just staring at the door past me, and with their tail between their legs, like and shaking.
Oh, okay.
And I was
So
like,
they knew, they saw something too.
yeah.
Or sensed it.
Mm-hmm. We don't have any of those dogs now. They're done. They've all gone and passed on.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have dogs now though.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're different dogs.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew you had dogs, but have any of these dogs seemed to sense whatever was there or not?
Since you mentioned that, Amali texted me the other night and told me that my dog Bella, she's a little Yorkie, she was barking and she heard a female voice tell it to stop, to be quiet. And she's like, "You're not home, right?" And I said, "No, I was at work." And she was like, "Well, I just heard a female voice tell the dogs to be quiet."
Well, yeah. I told the story, I think it was last week, about what happened with Bo here. And I'm telling you, it was like 4 days before I got him calmed down. And it wasn't until I went through the house with the Bible, and made everything leave. But nothing's ever happened like that here. But
We've never had a spirit board. We've only used a spirit box.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was on the phone.
Yeah, it was on the phone, and it was kind of like coming through, and it was like basically little messages like of like going through the radio frequencies.
Okay. So it was like a ghost box.
Yeah. A
Okay.
ghost box.
Gotcha.
I'm probably a firm believer now that stuff is not good. I mean, it's fun, especially when you think it's just a game.
Yeah.
But when you realize what can happen and what can attach to you, you need to stay away from them.
I've had another experience where like my sister and my friend Brianna, they went to go to try to make one to play with one.
Mhm.
And I think something came to me and like woke me up. It was like, "You need to go get them." And
Big sister's got to calm them down.
yeah, and like, because I heard like you need to wake up and you need to go take care of those girls. And like as soon as like I saw them like they were like at the board, I ripped it out from their hands and like tore it up.
You was like, nah, not in
I
this
was like,
house.
we already have stuff in this house. What are you doing? And I yelled at my sister. And
Those sisters get in trouble by big sisters. Trust me.
I was like, we already have enough in this house. Why are you trying to open another portal? There's probably already one here. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, their little friend Brianna, she's a wild one.
Yeah, she was, but not so much anymore.
Yeah,
That's
some of us did, Misty.
well. You think it's just a game, you know. You
Yeah.
don't really think it's real, and especially when you're younger, you don't think that things can come through that board and attached to you. You just don't think about stuff. You don't know about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, my father like warned me and my sister at like young ages about playing with that stuff, and he was like, "If you ever do, I'm gonna kick your butt." But yeah, I've always been kind of more superstitious about that side, and being like, if you don't really know anything about it, don't play with it.
Yeah.
There was
Maybe
another.
Petra.
Sorry, Donna. There was another apartment that we lived at, and we had a GPS in the kitchen, and we were getting ready to move out of there to move into the second apartment before we lived in the third apartment that I already told you all about and sent a picture about. And the GPS kept going off on its own, saying, "Turn around, turn around." And then that's the same apartment I told you guys about, where I saw what looked like the smoke that came down the stairs in like a point. It was like coming to a point, and it was forming up behind my husband. And I told him about it, and he's like, "Screw it." And and it just kind of dissipated away. And then I also heard, I was sleeping in the bedroom, because in this apartment it was opposite of the third apartment, where the basement was the bedrooms and the upstairs was the living room and the kitchen. And I heard what sounded like my husband at the time call my name a couple of times, and I woke up and I was like, "Are you calling for me?" And he's like, "No." And I was like, "Okay." Now I went back to bed, and we talked about it the next day, and a couple of days go by and he experienced the same thing. He went to sleep after I went to work, and yeah.
I think most of the time women handle stuff better than men. I think it's just the way God made us because of having, childbirth and everything. But men don't usually deal well with this stuff at all. I don't know what it is. It just because they can't be in control or something. I don't know what it is. I was looking what about this? I'd put this on at the last minute. Is it the people, the house, or the land that attracts these occurrences? What do y'all think about that?
I think it's combination.
It could be either or.
I think it's combination, because I think that, like I told you during the last show, that we hear like residual stuff outside where it sounds like people were laughing and joking and talking and just carrying on as they're walking by the house. We can hear them out there talking. We look out the window, there's nobody out there. We hear car doors slamming, there's nobody out there. So I think that at one time, like when the football field was there and they were having their football games, that's what we're hearing, is that kind of stuff. And then I believe people can have stuff attached to them. Obviously.
Sorry.
Oh, I didn't understand what she was saying until just now. You put it up there though that he thought it was her waking him up, but it wasn't her.
Oh, yeah. Now I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Where were you at?
Talking about it being attached to people. It attached itself to my family and went home with my mom and them somehow. And if it is family members, that can attach themselves to us, I've heard that too. You know, you never know.
I don't know. We were talking about a while ago. I think that sometimes if God needs to really get through to you, He'll send you that vision of somebody that you know. But I just, and this is just me, guys. I'm not speaking for y'all. I just don't think that once we're gone that we come back into this world. Not us, but I'm not saying that, you know, that He can't use that vision of us, you know, if He needs to or whatever. But
I get what you're saying, to get a message to
yes,
us.
to get a message to somebody
Send us somebody we're comfortable with.
that you'll listen to.
Now, has this happened to y'all at certain times or different times of the day, night? You know, like they say, like 3 o'clock or 3 a.m. of the morning is whenever
No specific
the
time.
witch's hour and stuff. So I didn't know if there was anything connected with that or what.
With me, anyway.
No, it's always happened sometimes, like randomly.
So there's no certain time frame.
The only time that I've had anything like, we're all pretty heavy sleepers now because we probably kind of gotten used to it about whatever's going on in the house. But we've had my friend Jordan and McKinley. They were in the living room. They were watching One Direction videos, and they've had it to where they said that we had these boards up at one point because we were doing some like house renovation stuff and trying to keep the animals out of the living room. And she said that every time that they would look towards the door, it was around maybe like 11 o'clock in the morning, and that they would see like shadows like walk back and forth.
Okay.
And they were like, nah, let's just go to sleep because this is getting creepy.
Right.
And
Now,
After they stayed up all night.
our mom's mother did Mama have some German in her too, Donna?
Yes.
Well, she was
Mama
the one
did, yeah.
she was the one that saw things a lot, like when people were going to pass away and stuff. She came over to our house one day. We were at school, and Mom told us about this, and she walked into the house. They lived next door, and she asked Mom, she said, "Is Charles home? Did he not go to work?" Mom said, "No." Well, his dad died that night. So, I mean,
And she saw a male figure.
yeah, she saw
Mama
because she
saw a
thought
male
it was Daddy walking through there, and Daddy's, our grandfather on his side died.
I had some experience similar to that. My grandfather, my great grandfather, he came to visit me quite a few times. At least I believe it was him. And my grandmother had called me on the phone, and I was talking to her, and I was like, "Is everything okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, why?" And I was like, "Well, I'm just curious, make sure everybody's okay." And she's like, "Yeah." Well, then she called me like 2 days later and told me that my great grandmother had passed away. And I was like, "I knew." And she's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Remember I called you and I asked you if everything was okay?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Grandpa came to see me." She's like, "Oh, Jessica, you sound like your mom."
So your mom was like this too.
Yeah, she experiences this.
She still does.
Yeah.
We should have got her to come. Does she live here now?
No.
Oh, okay. We could. Well, that doesn't matter. We got long distance now. We could have got her on too. That'd be good to have another generation. You know, I didn't know how to relate it.
I'm sorry, Jessica. Do you remember the first show that you were telling us about some things that had started happening in the house since we'd started talking about the?
Yeah.
Would you
Well,
elaborate a little on that?
Sure. Right after we had dinner, I don't remember exactly when we had dinner. We're in July. We went the whole month of June, and then May. About the middle of April, or was it May?
When we ate, I don't remember. Do you remember when it was, Donna?
It was May. I was thinking it was early May.
I think it was that's about right.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure we had shorts on some of us
Which means that you came to the house probably
a couple of weeks before that.
Yeah, a couple of weeks before, mid-April.
Yeah.
My husband was in a car accident. Somebody smacked into the back of his car with their motorcycle. And then we had dinner. I had announced to him that we were going to get together and talk. And then our heat and air unit went out on us, which that could just be coincidental. And then after we had dinner, we had a fire.
Oh yeah, because I called you and you told me about the fire. Because I told you I'd come and help at your sheetrock if you needed me.
Yeah. We had a fire. I've gotten the heat and air unit fixed, but I haven't gotten the fire stuff fixed yet. We're just waiting a little bit. It's nothing big. It's not major. We just don't have
It's around a plug or something. There.
Yeah, it's a plug. I had purchased a air conditioner unit for the window to get us through until we could get the air unit fixed outside. I think we had it going 2 days maybe, and it caught fire. And thankfully, my husband got home before it got worse than it did.
Okay.
But
Do
that
all
was
the women in your family, sorry, have the gift? It seems like it runs in the females of your family.
Are you, Robert? You talking to them and us, or
Yeah.
y'all go ahead and answer it?
We all have experienced things, so if that's what you're referring to, then I guess yeah.
So mostly women.
Yeah.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
of the women. On my dad's side, our grandmother could actually like full on see them. And she would actually be like talking to like some spirits that were like connected to the family and be like, stop jumping on that bed. And then my dad would be like, I'm not. And then she would be like, I know, I'm not talking to you. And yeah, and that's a thing that you'll have to talk to my dad about because he knows a little bit more.
Yeah, but like we can't get Dave to come.
Well, you just nervous about being on the show, or
Yeah,
it's not really. After you get on and you start, I mean, I can tell Crystalline's relaxing a little bit more now too, and everything. She's not as tensed up, but I understand that it is a little nerve wracking the first time or two you do it. Premonition.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing about that. I know something about me, but I get them so often that sometimes there'll just be this thing that flashes through my head just for no reason, like somebody got hurt or something, and I start saying no, no, no. I just say it over and over and over and over, and I don't know why, but it seems to stop it,
Yeah.
you know. And I'm actually kind of praying, you know, but I started doing that because when that thing would just flash in my head at pictures or the thought of something happening bad, it happened. And that's not a good, that, I mean, I would not want to be that person, you know, that knows ahead of time all the stuff that's going to happen, but it does to me something.
Well, that's like I was telling you, Sherry, about whenever our dad's twin sister passed away. You know, I woke up in a cold sweat. My chest was hurting. First thing I thought of was my dad because he'd done had several heart attacks. Mm-hmm. And I called him on the phone and I said, Dad, are you all right? And he said, yeah, what's going on? And I told him what was going on. And he said, it's funny. He said that you say that. He said, I just got off the phone and they told me that your aunt just passed away. But I heard her.
Well, and he and her were twins.
Yeah. And I heard her. She called out to me and I could hear her scuffling in the way she walked in my house.
That's kind of nice. You know, that they can find a way to let us know something.
Yeah.
I've had something similar to that too. My grandmother, the one that called me to tell me that my great grandmother had passed away, when she was dying, she had gotten throat cancer. And after I couldn't go home because, you know, it kind of happened real fast. I got to talk to her on the phone before she died, but once she died, like I want to say maybe a week later, I heard her voice say, You been working? Because that's what she'd always say to me. As soon as I would come to her house, she'd be like, you been working? And I'm like, yes, Grandma. And I answer, yes, Grandma. And then I woke up crying because I was like, because I knew.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's the one that came to see me recently, I think, in my dreams.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny how things like that can just pop out of nowhere. I mean, it's like the night before my daughter passed away. Sherry and I were actually doing the interview with the guy that we did our first show on. And Sherry's truck wouldn't start. And I mean, I was so tense and so upset, like something just kept telling me, you need to get home. You need to get home.
Mm-hmm.
And then she passed away the next morning.
What about the question that we started a while ago? Like, I don't know if we got it completely answered or what. Is it the people, the house, or the land? Does anybody got anything else to put on to that?
Sure, you've got something right there.
I do. Was the house hit when Sherry was there? Which are you talking about? Their house?
Might need to
Skeeter?
elaborate.
Yeah. Are you talking about their? Like I was at their house because I didn't go inside. We just talked on the Steph a minute there, and I didn't go inside. But that would be something maybe later on we might, if they're willing, we might try it, to go in and just see if anything happens or whatever.
Now, my youngest daughter, she doesn't want to come to your house, but she wants to ride by there and see if she sees anything because she sees ghosts all the time. Mm-hmm. All the time. And I could tell you a story about her later on. First time that she actually saw something, we were at a cemetery. My mom wanted to go to the cemetery where her grandparents were buried. We'd never been there before. And all at once, my mom hollers, Donna, something's wrong with her. And I about killed myself trying to get over to her. Well, she's never seen the front of the headstone yet. She was standing at the back of it, but she had her hand on it. Her eyes were glossed over. And she was telling me that she heard bombs, she heard crying, she heard screaming. I walked around to the front of the headstone, and it was a guy that had got killed in the Vietnam War.
Oh.
And I tested her again on another one. And
that was at Cades Cove, wasn't it?
No, whenever she went to Cades Cove, she could hear, she went into one of the churches and she heard the singing and stuff. She was sitting there like in awe, or just standing there in awe. And her, like I said, her eyes was kind of glossy and stuff. And I looked at her and I said, are you okay? She said, Mama, it's beautiful. She said, there is so much singing and jumping and hollering. She said, it's beautiful. But she doesn't like to acknowledge them because she doesn't want them to start bothering her. But she's had other episodes too.
We've been to Cades Cove, and I've left a penny on the grave and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I've kind of like, when I was out in the graveyard, there was like one that just kept getting my attention.
I think that's.
And it just kept like feeling really, really sad, and I had to walk away.
Yeah, that's what she does sometimes. And like certain vehicles and stuff or certain houses, she will not go into because she gets that feeling before she even gets in there. She's like, Mom, I can't go. She said they'll try talking to me and stuff, and she'll be driving down the road and she'll see them on the side of the road.
I don't think I think it's a good thing that she probably doesn't come in our house. She can come by it. But
No, she didn't want to come in. She just
Yeah.
said something about she wanted to take me by there. She said, I'd like to see if I see anything. And I said, we can do that. I said, I can make that happen without even bothering you all.
well,
I'd heard of that before, but I don't know if they come across like that or not.
What?
Sorry, it's a chat that she's worried about being spam. I've never noticed anything before.
You know anything about Discord on the internet?
Is that it? That's what. Yeah, we didn't. I don't recognize the name, and I'm
Can you
sorry.
elaborate a little bit? I'm not putting you on the spot.
Well, I meant, but is that person? If that person, G Keyman 565, can you send us another email or another text? I mean,
Chrislyn knows about Discord.
It's a communication platform,
Yeah.
Okay.
but we're already on one. I don't know why.
she was just worried about it because it looked different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Skitter, I don't know what you're talking about. Same house.
Gamers use to like talk to each other.
Oh, yeah. I remember now. My grandson was telling me about that because he was hooking me up on it. He said that way we can talk, Grammy. Remember, y'all have any questions, just put them in caps.
Ask Peter what he means by hit.
I think he meant I think he was talking about like when I came to your house that day, he thought I might have went in or something because he said, did the house get hit when I was there? Like,
With the fire. No, it was weeks later.
Yeah. No, I wasn't there.
But it just seemed like all of it happened real quick. And I'm wondering if maybe it's linked.
Days.
Because we're communicating and talking about it and stirring stuff up.
Right, that's what I wanted you to.
My husband said that to me before we left the house. He said, when you talk about it, you're stirring it up. And I said, it'll be okay.
As long as it stays at your house.
Yeah.
The haunted house didn't share it. Yeah, I lived in it in like 65, and Jessica lives in it now and her family. And but I don't remember anything hitting the walls, if that's what you're asking. I don't remember that. I just remember that little jester terrorizing me the whole time. I mean, I didn't get any sleep. But now, like I said, I've had that stuff going on all my life. I'm used to not getting any sleep. Actually, it's better now that I'm older than it was when I was younger. But it seemed like it's kicking back up again. This may not be good for my, psyche either, because it seems like once I've started talking about all this, we're all from Tennessee, East Tennessee.
But our guest is from Michigan.
Yeah.
Before they came here. Yeah.
From Michigan.
I think that's what they may be asking.
About me.
Yeah.
Yeah, little words people can tell that we're not.
Okay, let me bring up another subject. Let's see what y'all think about this, because I've thought about this. I'm real. Well, I'm not the only one. Donna does too, but kids born in naval and military bases. Were you?
Mm-hmm.
See, my dad was in the service Navy when I was born.
I remember my mom telling me stories about stuff from being on the military base, but I don't remember the stories. I just remember her telling me stories.
Yeah. I heard a lot of that. I get online and look that up. People who have a lot of this stuff going on, and they were born while one of their parents was in the service or whatever. What is it?
Oh, he's got it's up here first.
I didn't see that one.
I didn't either. I just saw it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
They're wanting to know what area of Michigan they live in. Metro Detroit.
Kalamazoo.
Kalamazoo.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows that name.
Everybody says, that don't sound like a real place.
It is.
Yeah, no.
Sounds like something off a Disney movie.
I was thinking more like Dr. Seuss.
Oh, yeah, either one. About the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just older.
That name.
Mm-hmm. It's where Anna Salem was, and
It's from where?
Kalamazoo.
Uh-huh.
The doctor who ran the insane asylum's last name was Calla,
Insane Asylum.
and they called it the zoo because
Oh.
that's where they would take the crazies, the wives that men didn't want to deal with anymore.
Oh.
Okay.
It was not a helpful thing. It was a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
It means boiling water in native.
Did you hear that?
No.
In native dialect, Kalamazoo means boiling water in native dialect.
That's kind of scary. And then them wives getting, that's scary.
Hey, Miss Leanne and Barry, thanks for listening. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, y'all got any more stories? We won't hold up if we think we're done. Or got anything else you can think of?
Now's the time for questions too, guys.
How about it, Chrissy? You got anything else?
She got to look at her phone for her notes.
Did you actually make some notes? Good girl.
She did.
Yeah.
She did.
While she's doing that, I'll tell you this. I brought this up the last show up at the school. I think there's something wrong with that ground up there. I really do. I've got things I can't tell everybody, but there's some bad stuff going on up there, and I just wonder I've wondered a lot if it's gone on the whole time that school's been there, since it was young people there on the spot with the school. But I don't know anybody that's still left around that went there that I could talk to about it. I know some things that were really bad.
Well, I don't know if you remember me telling you that before it was a railroad town, it wasn't an Indian, not a reservation, but an Indian, oh goodness. I just saw the video not too long ago. They said that they gathered here before the,
Where did you see this on Facebook or something, or
I'm not exactly sure where I saw it. It's online somewhere.
If we find out where this is at, we will put the link on here, guys.
Well, it could have been the historians on living in White Pine.
Well, that's what I was wondering if it was, but
they said that the Indians had passed through here, and they kind of they had migrated through here, and they kind of stayed here for a little bit, but they didn't stay here long because the railroad came in.
Yeah.
that's
So
probably
that's whenever
where
White
Indian
Pine
was
started
then.
booming. And then it went kaput again.
I said that's probably where our bloodline came from at that time.
Yeah, if your family's been here for a long time.
Yeah, they've been. Our grandfather was a blacksmith. That tells you how long we've been here. You don't see blacksmiths.
He was the only blacksmith for years in White Pine.
When the town was being started.
Yes. Yes, Misty, there are all sorts of artifacts that wash up all the time here.
Well, if you could walk the lake bottoms and look for things, it would be, you could find a lot, but you can't do that. You're not allowed to get on the bottoms of the lakes when the water's down.
Sure, I believe that's toward y'all of us, any of us.
Yeah, I couldn't. I haven't been in those areas a whole lot. But now I'll tell you on the Blue Ridge Parkway, Don.
Yes.
That's where Jim and Billy and I went up and camped with the guy that contacted me about his Bigfoot sighting. And we spent about 4 days with him up there just recently. And there's the Blue Ridge Park. Well, that's where it's a big area for sightings. And my mind just went blank. The rock, Don.
Oh, I can't remember the name of it, Sherry.
It'll come to me if I quit trying to. The big stone that's there, it's a soapstone thing, and the giant
Jara or something like that.
No, it's what is it? No, it's not that. Y'all give me a hand here. The giant that's he had 7 fingers and toes, counting that like his thumbs and stuff. And the rock, that huge soapstone rock there has his imprints on it, plus a lot of other things. And gosh, I believe I can't think of his name. But he was supposed to be a giant, and we were up there, and actually 3 days he took us to different spots and told he used to work for the park up there on Blue Ridge Parkway. And if you want to look that up, I'll tell you what, I'll put it on I put it on. My mind is just blank tonight. I mean, I'll just look it up. That'd be quicker.
And also, we're going to try to get his story on here too.
Yeah, well, he can't be seen or to do it, or he would do the show. But I did tape a lot of things while he was telling it up there. The last time we've been over about 3 times to talk to him, but his job he can't talk about it online. I just looked this up the other day.
I had one story that I kind of remember. Me, my sister, and our friend Clarissa, we were all sitting inside of in the bedroom. We were playing, and I had walked out of the bedroom to go to the bathroom, and all of a sudden, like, we can hear just like a woman, like, high pitched, like, screaming, and we didn't know where it was coming from. And my dad could hear it from outside the house. And I remember him, like, being kind of like, the other two, my sister and my friend, they both ran to me. And from what I remember, my dad, like, we had walked outside, and I was like, can you hear that too, to my dad? And he was like, yeah, are you guys okay? Like, I thought it was like one of you.
Oh, wow.
And we were kind of like, no. And then I didn't let him know, because we could still hear it going on.
Okay.
And
yeah, that's The Rock, Mickey. That's the one she's talking about.
You can find a lot of information about that online. And there was actually a sighting there. This guy that I was just talking about, he called me right before we went back up there this last time, and said a man and woman had a Bigfoot sighting on there's a trail that runs from up on the Blue Ridge Parkway down to that rock, and they were actually on that trail and had a sighting, and that's the second one in probably the last 6 months.
Hard to listen to. I'm out. I'm not listening or staying for none of that. Sorry, Leanne.
What, the ghost stuff? Like,
it must be. We don't mean to offend you.
Well, it's hard to listen to things like, I think what she may be saying too is like, also like her to be hard. I mean, like, listen, she was young, you know, when she's still young, but when it's happening to kids, it's so hard to deal with and to try to help them get through it.
Yeah.
You know, unless somebody in your family's gone through this stuff, you don't know how hard it is and God forbid you talk about it at school or something. You know, I don't remember ever telling anybody about this stuff at school. And
we would have been ridiculed.
Oh, anytime I told them anything that they, you know, I was accused of lying, and this, yeah, I would have been the laughing stock.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and Allie, she got made fun of a lot because she would tell people things, and it hurt her. Like,
well, she didn't come because, you know, it's hard for her to talk about it to people.
Mm-hmm.
But people should be, you know, keep your opinions to yourself. If you're not believing what's going on, get off, you know, but don't harass people for having the guts to get up and stand up and say, I saw this, I saw that, you know.
Yeah. Well, apparently they got onto her because they said that it was scaring the other kids about her talking about it, and I understand that it was scaring the other kids, but
yeah.
Don't threaten to kick her out of school. Just be like, hey, some people don't experience the things that you do, so it might be a little bit more scary for them than it is for you.
Yeah. Harder for them to comprehend.
Yeah.
How old was she at the time, Crystalline?
She was probably about 6
Yeah.
years old when she was talking about it.
And you're going to throw with somebody out of school, you know, a kid.
Yeah.
I get real upset over some things.
Oh, she's saying she would get out of the house. She says, no, I mean living somewhere occupied by these things. I understand that, but sometimes you can't always do that.
Yeah.
True,
Y'all
true,
truly
Leanne.
amazing women.
Thank you.
I knew Crystalline was nervous tonight when she came in. I did feed her. She got here, and her mom said, I was afraid something was wrong, but I think it's just she's just nervous about the show. And her mom said that she hadn't ate. I said, I'll feed you. I said, I just fixed supper for Jim, and she ate. And because I'm just glad you didn't get sick after eating where you were so nervous.
Yeah, Mickey, we've been talking about we want to go up there and see that rock, and we want to check out that area up there. We might have to meet up or something.
It's about to get time to a really good time to start hiking. So
Yes.
we'll get a trip up there and see what we can. We don't just hike when we're out in the woods. We're looking for tracks and things like that, unusual stuff too. So we're looking for things that might be better off if we just ignored everything. But I mean, I'm a hunter. I'm used to looking for tracks and things, and it's hard for me not to look at the ground a lot when I'm walking.
And I'm not a hunter, but she's taught me a lot.
I don't either, Leanne. It's their word, and I'm taking it at what it is. Everybody I encounter, and I'm never going to make fun of anybody, even if I thought they were not telling the truth. I wouldn't, because I don't know that. Go ahead.
I've had another situation to where me and my sister at one point, we did share the same room, and I thought my mom and dad were out there cooking because I could hear people like talking and like what sounded like glasses like clinking and stuff, and I could like smell like bacon and different stuff like that just coming into the room. And in my head I was like, is my mom cooking? Like and like I walked out to like see, because it was like so early in the morning. It was like maybe like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, usually my mom's not up right now, so they like trying to like sneak in breakfast and then go to bed. And
You're like, I'm hungry too.
yeah, and walked out there. There's nothing out there, but I could hear people talking.
Oh wow.
And like the sound of like the fork hitting like the plate and stuff. And I was like, walked out there just okay.
You were ready to eat, weren't you?
Yeah, I was like, you are cooking without waking us up.
You're making me want breakfast.
I don't know, a lot of y'all that probably get to come to, y'all need to come to one of our get-togethers, really, you do. We're really close to Billy. We got real close to him a couple of years ago, and he and his wife came down here and stayed with us a few days, and but he's like our brother, and we're we had Flat Rock on recently, and we're getting ready to go down there, and we are so excited. I can't wait till October. I just can't. That's all I think about all the time.
I'm marking the days off on the calendar.
but Jim wasn't going. Jim wasn't going to let us go. But he and Donna's husband are going to go down and stay with Greg a little while we go over to Flat Rocks. We're going to stay at Greg's a while, then we're going to go to Flat Rocks, and Billy's coming to be our protector, and because Jim wasn't going to have it for just me and Donna going, and had to pop up with just me and Donna. But I just can't hardly wait. I'm telling you, we wanted to go down there for so long, but thanks to Billy, we're going to get to go. I'd have had to slip off and lie in his house because somebody else, but I didn't.
Yeah, Leanne, that would be great, but at the same time, it's hard to get off from work that much.
It is. And everybody's so spread out, if we could do them like in different places. I'm retired now. I might be able to get some things together where we could do like in different areas for like 2 or 3 days, like a long weekend, and in different areas, maybe where other people could come at least meet some of us. But Jim's not really a camper. He's a hunter, but he's not much. He's not much on camping, really. Who are you jealous of? Crystalline and Jessica? She didn't say who. Well, is anybody? Do y'all have anything else? If you do, I don't want to leave if you've got other things to say. But once you start getting relaxed, things start coming to you.
Yeah, she's definitely opened up some.
I remember everything. Just because I only wrote down a few things. I think the
Oh, trust me, Leanne, we will.
We're going to do our best. You know how that is.
Sounds like it'd be a lot
I'm
of
not trying to interrupt you. I'm trying to give you time to think.
Fun activity.
Yeah.
He's down in Alabama too, and our other friends are, and we're
fun.
going
I
to
just repeat everything my sister said.
She's jealous of us, Sherry, for getting to go to Flat Rocks.
Oh, okay.
Come along, go with us, girl.
I wanted to do this for, gosh, ever since I've been in this group and found
Oh,
out
yeah.
about Flat Rock, and that's been what, 12, 13 years now.
Something like that.
Whenever I know that sometimes, like whenever like we talk about a certain figure, apparently it kicks up a lot more.
Do what now? Say that again.
Whenever like we talk about a certain figure, the lady in white, it sometimes kicks up again. But
Oh, you see something like the lady in white?
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
when you talk about the
When we
lady
talk
in white?
about anything going on in the house. It,
Oh.
it's
Well,
something
what
that
what
likes
is
to
she in white? Does it look like clothing or just a?
she just looks like the only reason why we think it's a woman is because of the presence that she gives off. But she's like basically just like shrouded in white, like from head to toe.
Okay.
And
So when you talk about her, it ramps everything else up.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And like so we tried to like kind of like say very, very little about her because she apparently my dad said that he's had like a dream of that being and like something like somebody telling him like he doesn't like it when you talk about her.
Okay. So she doesn't. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Can you say what period of time maybe you think it's from?
Misty claims maybe a guardian angel.
I don't think it's a guardian angel because
So you
like,
think it's more of a bad entity?
I don't think it's necessarily bad either. I just think it's kind of like a being just lurking in between rather than being good or bad. Because like seeing her like standing outside like my bedroom door and kind of like watching in on me, I was like grabbing something because it just scared me. But
She just doesn't like to be talked about.
apparently that's what somebody has apparently told my father while he was dreaming.
Okay.
She looks like just everything leave. Oh, I don't know.
They don't
And
know.
she so no, Misty. Whenever she shows up, does everything else leave?
Not that we know of.
Not that they know of, but if they talk about her, it ramps everything else up.
Like we have apparently a being that shrouds itself as a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
We're not entirely sure, but I've seen her also.
Okay.
One time I was in my kitchen and I was like getting stuff out of the fridge to start cooking, and like I turned and like shut the fridge door, and she was just standing there, just staring at me like, "What are you doing?" And then like disappeared, and I was like,
But that's funny that you say that because there was a lady in white that showed up where my daughter used to live whenever my oldest granddaughter was born. She had some medical problems and stuff. And she said she would go in to her room and they would be sitting there on the sofa looking over my granddaughter. And then she would look up at my daughter and smile at her. That's why I thought maybe that was a guardian angel.
I don't know. I'm not entirely sure exactly what she is. I just think it's whenever like it comes around, it like shows itself as female.
Okay.
I don't know if somebody was like, for all we know, that Connie's daughters maybe probably played with something while they were in the house. It could have opened like a bunch of stuff.
It could have.
And we don't know exactly what went on with her. So,
Right. I'm just wondering, maybe we could get with one of the guys, historians at White Pine, and see if maybe he might could tell us some more about the history of that house.
Yeah, I don't know if he. I've never talked to him about it or not.
I mean, there's no reason to not believe that she's the guardian. I mean, we don't exactly know what her part is there. We haven't really had anything bad happen, but the animals, being kicked, that's a good question, really. Because, having having the hand with the red fingernail polish, reaching in, turning the lights off, telling the animals to be quiet. You just never know.
yeah, like
Okay.
I don't know if my sister mentioned that again for your podcast, but the walking around the house because I accidentally left my key and then the back door opening by itself.
No, I don't think she mentioned that.
Yeah, probably maybe 11, 12. And I had accidentally left my key to get into the house at school.
Mm-hmm.
And as we were walking around, because I was going to go to the toolbox in the shed and probably just like pop the door off and then put it back on, pop the knob off. But as soon as we like walk around, like we can hear the dogs are going off because they're excited that we're home. As soon as we got around the corner, I hear the spirit go, "Shut them up," to
the dog.
To the dogs, like telling them
wow.
to stop. Like, and I watched the door just like pop open by itself, and like for a minute, I'm like just staring at the door, and then I tell my sister, like, because my mom and dad had given me a flip phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm going to go in and you're going to call 911 if I come running out of the house.
You stay here, I'll go in. If I don't come back out, go.
And I grabbed something sharp before I went in. Like to go like check everything. And
Right.
there's
You thought
nobody.
there was a burglar in the house.
Yeah, I thought there was like, because I even made her like go around like to go to check to see if my dad came home.
Right.
And I was like kicking doors and stuff like that pretty hard, making sure that nobody was in the house. And
You're
then
like that napping, kicking.
yeah. Like,
I understand that.
I remember him telling me about that.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like when y'all, people want to think, well, y'all have had a lot of stuff going on. But every time she starts to tell something, I see your eyes. You're recognizing what happened, and when you're telling something, she's. I can see it in her eyes. She's recognizing what you're about to tell, and but just be lucky that all this doesn't happen to you. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
Because it like I said, it's even if you're into that stuff, it's not a good thing. It traumatizes you more than you realize.
Yeah, it sure does.
Well, looking back on some of the stuff that happened, I can kind of like nervously laugh about certain things, but
that scared the far out of you to start with.
Yeah,
but you can see that you're nervous talking about all of it.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's all I got.
That's all I can remember.
If you have a question, speak up now or hold your peace. We're gonna get off of here. And we thank y'all so much for the 2 shows.
Yes, we do.
Y'all can tell that Crystalline is kind of shy, and the others are too, but she's more so. And I want to thank you for coming today to finish up. And thank you all, both of you all, for coming too, because it's something that is all of this stuff. Just like I said, it's linked together, and all needs to be told, because somebody out there is going to maybe hear it and feel better. It's going to make them feel better about what they're going through and how to handle it.
You can relate.
Yeah. And just knowing that you're not alone and stuff like this can really help you.
Yes, thank you, ladies, so much. We have sure enjoyed it, and it's funny that we were talking about it with Emily.
Mhm.
Okay, and you know, it seems like from the time that we've met, we communicate. I mean, like we're family, and we really appreciate getting to know y'all. It's been
Thank you.
really good.
I appreciate getting to know you guys too.
Well, thank you.
And we'll have to keep in touch. I mean, they're like 5 minutes away.
Oh yeah.
We'll have to keep in touch, and we might do another show later or something. Talking does heal, Skitter. That's true, but it's hard, but that's the absolute truth. And when you're going to do it, put it all out there, and you get a butthole who wants to give like your sister at school. Just ignore them because they're the ignorant ones because they've been blessed and not had to deal with all this stuff. Yeah,
we was always taught don't judge anybody, period, but especially until you walk them all into their shoes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we do appreciate y'all, and we appreciate everyone in chat and everything, and we hope everybody has a blessed week. And we love y'all. Yeah, that's right. Misty, finding people you can talk to also helps. We all meet people and come to get to know her for the reasons. Exactly.
Yes. But we won't drag out, but we do. And thank you all for joining us. We love you and hope to see some of you soon. And Pyro put a comment in on there before I go. What was it he's saying about the recorder? Yeah, Pyro put something about us going to. He was jealous, I think he said, or something.
He said record everything.
He said record everything. We're going to Pyro.
Yeah.
We'll put recorders out since we get there. But you know how that works too. Sometimes that doesn't work. We've had that happen. Get home and everything be gone off the recorders.
Yeah, every time I try to record something, it's like the camera goes for a few minutes and then shuts off.
I mean, we get once in a while. Everybody will get a little, like a yell or something like that, and the spectrogram will pick it up. We had a good show a while back that had a lot of spectrogram evidence on there, and it was really good. If y'all go back and watch it, but sometimes you just can't capture stuff. But when you do get something, it shows on the spectrogram that it's not a human doing it. So
that'd be kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we got some stuff we'll have to show y'all that we got on camera and stuff, and some videos,
pictures and everything. But we won't hold y'all up. Thank you for being here. We love you. Hope to see a lot of you soon. And y'all have a good night. Anybody got anything else, Donna?
Nope. God bless everybody. Have a safe week.
Okay. Where you going? We'll see y'all later.
Little bit of beep, 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 that's a monster meter. I'm a Southern Appalachian Sasquatch seeker. Looking in a cave, looking in a hollow, looking on a mountain, looking in the water. Little bit of beep, 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 that's a monster meter. I'm a Southern Appalachian Sasquatch seeker. We're going seeking, gonna see what we can find, gonna look high and low and around, and maybe we'll find just what we're looking for. It don't matter if it's night or day, rain or shine, we won't stop till we find just what we're looking for. Some say they might be the devil, others say they're the masters of the woods. Well, I don't know and I don't care, but I'll tell you this, I know the real. When we hear that howl as it's coming closer, and we feel the thunder of the steps. Will we look it face to face, or will we just run? Some